Hello, Mindy Rowley again. I am just thinking of what to do for this video today, and all unscripted. I just was thinking about how it's really hard to stay positive and hopeful when you're recovering from surgery, and also it's hard to stay grounded, I guess. You know, going into the surgery, I wanted to be hopeful, of course, but I also held back. I feel like I was like, I'm not that hopeful. I don't really, I know it's not going to solve all my problems. And I already know that I'm going to have some trade offs. Like, I wanted to be level headed going into it, but I also want to be hopeful. And so I guess I just wanted to talk about like balancing those two things, and kind of an odd topic, but I feel like it's kind of important for, I guess, my mental health or spiritual health or whatever it is. First of all, I slept horribly last night because I can't use my CPAP. I have sleep apnea. And so the last week, I haven't been able to use it. And my brain is feeling very frazzled, having a hard time carrying on conversations or thoughts. So bear with me. I apologize. Anyway, I don't know. It kind of hit me today how, like, I don't really know how this is going to turn out. And I still have the tinnitus, which could be there permanently or it could fade away over the next several weeks. And it's pretty bad. I would say it's, I don't know, like slightly less loud as like a dial tone when, the old school phones, when you listen to a dial tone. So for me, it's pretty loud because that's the loudest my tinnitus has been, but it's also not as bad as many people. The balance has been a little better today. I've been able to walk. I've been kind of practicing walking without my walker, just very carefully, still within reach of holding on to something. I still feel just tipsy a little bit, like I'm just kind of rolling all over the place, and my head seems to kind of like feel heavy to one side, so it's, and the ground is kind of shifting under my feet and stuff like that. It's kind of sad because I used to be like a runner and I used to do so many things, and it's really easy to slip into thinking back about what my life used to be like before I had this condition, semicircular canal dehiscence. It feels kind of hopeless when you start thinking back to, how it used to be, and knowing that I might not get back to being able to do all the things that I want to do. But I also want to stay hopeful too, because I feel like when we say things like, oh, I may never get back to normal, then our body kind of like, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and so you're like, oh, somehow mentally your brain decides that you're not going to get back to normal. So I guess it's like I want to kind of like balance the hopeful with the like logical, realistic. And before my surgery, I really just didn't even want to talk about this. Like, I didn't want to talk about my condition. I didn't want to talk about how things might be better, how things might be worse. I just wanted to do the surgery. I knew that I wanted to do it, and of course I wanted to go into it with my eyes wide open, but I just was in such a chaotic and frenzy place in my head. The autophony and stuff and the kazoo buzzing and everything, it's just like, I felt like I cannot live with this. I am so sick of like avoiding everything and everybody because I just want peace and quiet. And so I do feel like I kind of went into the surgery like helter skelter a little bit. I was like, I want to do this. I just need to get this done. I know it might be bad, but I don't care at this point. I just want to do this. And now I'm kind of like on the other side of it and going, okay, am I glad I did this? Obviously, I can't change it now, but I what I feel is that I do feel slightly more hopeful than before. Because before it was, I guess I felt like I had no real way forward. I knew it was going to continue to decline and get worse. And so I feel like now that I've done the surgery, I'm like, my symptoms are different, not necessarily less drastic now, they're just different. But I feel like I can start improving now. I can start getting better. Before, I didn't feel that. I just felt kind of hopeless because I knew that the condition would continue to decline. It would get worse, at least from what my doctor was saying and everything. So I am glad that I did the surgery, and I'm feeling positive, kind of timidly hopeful about everything. Um, but I feel like that's the balance like we all need to have is we need to want to stay positive and have this like hope and a goal to work towards, maybe being able to run another race someday or whatever it is that I decide that I want to kind of work towards. But it's a hopeful feeling to have a goal to work towards. Um, anyways, I really didn't think this topic through thoroughly, but I hope that helps a little bit. Maybe help someone feel a little bit more peaceful. One thing I also wanted to, I am going to try and do a lot more, and I kind of semi am doing, is really having something hopeful and positive to think about or do every morning. I need to work on this more, but I like to stretch first thing in the morning, do some meditation or prayer and some reading something positive, whether it be scripture or, something uplifting, and some visualization, some good things, and then showering and getting ready for the day and stuff like that, which is normal stuff that a lot of people do. But when you are recovering from a surgery like this or any kind of when you're homebound or you can't really live a normal life, it is really comforting to have a routine and something that helps you feel like you're starting your day off positive. And this could help anybody regardless of whether you're recovering or not from a surgery. But so that's just some thoughts I wanted to talk about, and I hope it helps somebody. I'll talk to you later. Bye.